Good evening. Stefan was on assignment today, and we begin with the uncertainty facing thousands of students and staff at Algonquin College. The school's board of directors is set to vote in the coming days on cutting dozens of programs as the college tries to dig itself out of a financial crisis. CTV's Natalie Van Roy spoke with students at the Ottawa campus.
They've taught me so much, and I'm just sad that this program might be gone.
Algonquin College student Joan Marie Cronk will soon learn if the horticulture program she's enrolled in is on the chopping block.
My uncle took this program back when it was at the old campus. He raved about this program and was very excited that I started taking it up.
She's one of thousands of students facing uncertainty with the college's board of governors set to vote Monday on whether to cut 30 more programs.
We are really concerned and we are moving towards disaster, to be honest.
Among the 30 programs, business development and sales, hospitality, journalism, horticulture, paralegal, pre-health, and manufacturing engineering technician.
It's a waste to get rid of programs such as this, and even the other programs that are listed up. Like health, you're really cutting health at a time like this. And culinary arts are invaluable.
The vote was originally scheduled for February 23rd, but was delayed after the province announced billions of dollars in additional funding for colleges and universities and lifted the tuition freeze. But in a letter to employees this week, Algonquin's president wrote, "What remains clear is that financial mitigation efforts must continue to ensure the college's long-term sustainability. This includes aligning programming with enrollment demand, labor market needs, provincial priorities, and financial reality."
Many of these programs are domestic catering. Many are waitlisted. And so we're really struggling to understand how these decisions have been made.
The union says this isn't the way to deal with the college's financial crisis.
More so concerning that the college has chosen to have this meeting with less than 2 days' notice, and that they are doing it on break week.
If the programs are cut, all students currently enrolled will be able to finish their studies at the college, but no new students will be accepted. Natalie Van Roy, CTV News.
All right, we'll take our first check of the weather right now, but first we'll have a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. We're looking at -1 here in Ottawa. We'll check in now with Jackie Paris for your first check on the weather. Jackie.
Well, we got a little bit of rain showers moving through early parts of our Saturday morning. It won't anticipate staying around very long. It should clear by the time a Saturday afternoon rolls around, where we are anticipating mainly sunny skies, a little bit of cloud cover, but the winds are going to be quite strong. We've got wind gusts up to 60 kilometers per hour, and this is starting as early as midnight. Temperatures, though, still staying pretty mild, around 0 in midnight. Temperatures at 7 a.m., 1 degree, and then throughout the rest of the day, temperatures are going to likely drop because by Sunday, we are getting much colder conditions. We'll have a closer look at your long-term forecast in just a bit. Kimberley.
Well, thank you, Jackie. We're learning new details about how the federal public service cuts will impact Canada Border Services Agency. The CBSA tells CTV News Ottawa it is sending notices to more than 700 employees, informing them that their jobs may be impacted. It's planning to cut 348 positions as it implements a 2% budget cut. The union warns these staff cuts could impact border operations and weaken Canada's ability to respond to emerging risks. This is all part of the federal plan to eliminate 28,000 public service positions by 2029. The verdict in the impaired driving trial for Ottawa councillor Matthew Luloff has been delayed. Luloff was arrested in July of 2024 and pleaded not guilty to impaired driving related charges. A video released at trial shows him providing a breath sample. The verdict was expected today, but has been pushed to next Thursday, March 5th. Luloff's lawyer is alleging there were several breaches of his charter rights. 2 Renfrew residents are facing charges after border officers found ketamine in a package arriving in Canada. The substance was discovered while officers were examining a shipment at the International Mail Processing Centre in the GTA. Ontario Provincial Police say the package contained more than 6 kilograms of the drug. Earlier this week, police executed a search warrant at a home in Renfrew and arrested 2 people. The OPP have arrested 2 people after reported bank robbery in Rockland. Police were called to Laurier Street around 9:30 this morning. Police say the suspects left the scene in a pickup truck, but were later stopped about 20 kilometers away in Plantagenet. No charges have been announced. And the OPP and the Ministry of Transportation are investigating after a transport truck lost its wheel on the 401 in eastern Ontario, just east of Gananoque on Thursday. OPP posted a photo to social media showing the truck with no wheel on the wheel hub. Now, fortunately, no one was injured. Police say charges against the driver and company are pending. Well, now to a tragic update from a story from earlier this month. CTV has learned a woman struck by a vehicle on Rideau Street has passed away. The incident happened on February 3rd, just after 7 p.m. between Charlotte Street and Ortenburg. Rideau Street was closed for about 3 hours while police investigated. At the time, paramedics described the injuries as serious but non-life-threatening. Police confirmed that she has died within the last 24 hours. The investigation is ongoing. Residents in a Kanata neighborhood are raising concerns about some unusual coyote sightings. In recent weeks, they've spotted the animals traveling in packs down residential streets. Now, this is happening in Kanata Lakes, particularly on streets close to the Kanata Golf and Country Club. The neighborhood is also located next to a large amount of green space, the South March Highlands Conservation Forest. CTV's Peter Sperling has more.
Video captured from this Kanata home shows not 1, not 2, but 3 coyotes walking down a suburban street earlier this month.
Well, it was almost exactly like what I saw.
Tammy Forbes says she also spotted 3 coyotes in front of her home in the neighborhood in January.
I saw them coming out from over there. They came up this street. Then I was pulling in my driveway. One scooted out that way. And then 2 were lingering there by the mailbox.
She backs onto a golf course and says she's seen coyotes before, but not like this.
I was scared, actually. Yeah, because I'd never seen it before. I've always seen just 1, and to see 3 actually on the road was a little nerve-wracking.
According to the City of Ottawa, coyotes for the most part aren't dangerous. They can be seen pretty much anywhere in the city. And if you do spot one, here's what you should do.
Presuming they're a bit closer and they're not leaving, or they're curious and they're approaching you slightly, you just have to make yourself big, be loud, be confident, and especially don't turn your back.
The city also suggests keeping your pets indoors or under close supervision when they are outside, and on a leash when walking in parks, green spaces, or any natural area.
We really want to encourage people to do is, in areas that they know there's coyotes, and that can be almost anywhere across Ottawa, is to keep their dogs under control.
Kanata Lakes resident Patty McEwen spotted a coyote in the area last month while walking her dog.
I never let her off leash.
Other dog owners not concerned.
Actually in the green space, and we see coyotes all the time, and they don't go after her. She's too big.
As for Forbes, she's hoping to avoid any more coyote sightings like this on her street.
Just a one-off. Okay. And actually, I haven't seen them since.
Peter Sperling, CTV News.
Eastern Ontario politicians are raising concerns about the proposed high-speed rail project. Alto, the company in charge, is currently studying a line that would connect Toronto and Quebec City with stops in Peterborough, Ottawa, Laval, Montreal, and Trois-Rivières. But Lanark Frontenac Conservative MP Scott Reid says there are several issues with the plan, particularly when it comes to what the project could mean for farms and properties located along the proposed route.
This mind-blowingly expensive project that will destroy lives, ruin property rights, ruin communities in my community that I represent.
Reid is also warning the high-speed rail line could significantly impact property values in the area. Alto says it's committed to working with agricultural associations as it develops plans for the project. A popular Ottawa brewery is set to shut its doors for good next week. Kittissippi Brewing on Robertson Road in Bell's Corners will be closing March 6th. Owner Paul Meek says the brewery has been operating at a loss for some time and does not have enough money to brew more beer. He says he's working on a number of scenarios over the past year, but he has not been able to figure out a long-term plan to keep the business open. Meek is thanking everyone in the community for supporting the business, his family business, since 2010. Well, the Ottawa Charge are set to play their first game tomorrow since the Olympic break.
In. Across now for Jenner.
Their last game was against Seattle in the end of January. Now the Charge will take on the Boston Fleet at TD Place Arena. The game will celebrate Black History Month and a culture, including the ongoing contributions of Black leaders and athletes within hockey and across sport. Puck drop is set for 2 o'clock. Maple syrup season also kicks off this weekend. Stanley's Old Maple Lane Farm in Edwards, Ontario has a special ceremony and ceremonial first tree tapping tomorrow. Holton Sugar Shack in Peckingham and the Vanier Sugar Shack, as well as the Log Farm in the Nepean area, are some of the other sugar bushes open this weekend. We'll have a full list on our website to check out. You can go to ctvnewsottawa.ca.
It's about Ash, who's going through his journey of getting badges and catching all the Pokemon.
You gotta catch them all. A video game turned global phenomenon. Pokemon hits the big 3-0. CTV's Tyler Fleming has more on how Ottawa fans are planning to celebrate. Supporters of the University of Ottawa Heart Institute are helping light the Capitol red during Heart Month. Morguard is proud to support the Heart Institute by lighting up its performance court building at 150 Elgin. And the Weston is proud to support the Heart Institute in recognition of its exceptional dedication to saving lives, advancing cardiovascular research, and delivering compassionate, world-class care. All right, if you're going to be out and about this weekend, let's check in now on the weather. Jackie Perez has a look at your extended forecast. Jackie.
We'll take a look at these overnight temperatures about the freezing mark. So again, we are staying above seasonal for this time of year. There is the possibility of some showers or perhaps flurries moving through early tomorrow morning. It is likely to clear out by about noon. Daytime highs 1 degree, and this is again early in our Saturday morning. Temperatures are going to continue to drop significantly by the time we get to Saturday evening. So tonight's lows for here, take advantage of it because we are hovering around the freezing mark, -2 to about 0 for really most of eastern Ontario. Clear skies as well in the anticipated forecast. It is tomorrow, though, that, again, while we are anticipating some rain early hours of our Saturday, it's going to be mainly sunny skies with temperatures averaging between -2 to -4 degrees. And that's what it's going to be if you are likely going to be out and about. Closer look, though, at our weekend. Sunday, mainly clear skies, but it's going to be very cold and quite chilly compared to what we've had for the last couple of days. Here's a closer look now. The daytime high for Sunday, -9 degrees, and that overnight going into Sunday, it's going to be -18. This trend will continue for Monday, Sunday going into Monday, -21. Bundle up for your early commute out Monday morning. We're only getting to a daytime high of -8. So quite a cool start when we continue or start off March, but it will start to warm by the time we get to the middle of the week, where the daytime high for Wednesday will be 30 degrees. Kimberley.
Well, thank you, Jackie. And people around the world are celebrating the very best with the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. From a video game to cards and collectibles to movies and TV shows, the multi-billion-dollar phenomenon continues to grow 3 decades later. CTV's Tyler Fleming visited a local gaming shop for a Pikachu at what makes Pokemon so popular.
It started as a Nintendo video game and a story.
It's about Ash, who's going through his journey of getting badges and catching all the Pokemon.
The battling pocket monsters grew into worldwide success and a culture all on its own.
It's really evolved.
From cards and collectibles to movies.
Oh, I've been a fan since I've been a kid.
Just grew up with it all the way through.
This is already like our restock.
30 years later, Pokemon still has a devoted fan base.
It's like a piece of your childhood. You're reliving the collecting experience with the person in front of you who has the cards every single time. So a couple cool items here.
And at Denerion Games and Cards, co-owner Danielle Levine is stocked with thousands of treasures.
I like to compare it to sports cards. It's the best way I find to get people who aren't in the hobby to understand what it's like.
Sean Newcomb has been collecting all his life. Today he's buying and opening this high-level box set.
There we go.
A water Pokemon. A quick check on its value.
He is worth $86.
Not bad. These cards can be worth a fortune.
We did have a first edition Charizard that we traded about a year ago. It's about $15K.
The Pikachu Illustrator, a rare 1998 Japanese Holy Grail card, sold this month at auction for a staggering and record $16.5 million. And I want in on the action.
This is like a 25-cent card.
Come on, don't thunderbolt me on this.
I can't budge. I'm sorry about that.
While this card has no trading value, Pokemon is the highest grossing media franchise ever. The Pokemon world consists of 1,025 characters.
This year marks the Pokemon series' 30th.
And on this day, its creator Satoshi Tajiri announced more to come.
That will be the beginning of the 10th generation of Pokemon. Live streams here in the shop.
Across the city, like many game and card shops, Denerion is hosting weekend events.
An open play and a trade night here at the shop with more giveaways.
Tyler Fleming, CTV News.
15% of Canadian families actually own RVs as opposed to those that own cottages. Traveling within your own country has definitely become an attractive opportunity.
All right, coming up, the RV show rolls into the capital, and sales of RVs have been going up as Canadians look to travel using wheels instead of wings. The plan to widen Highway 17 from Arnprior to Renfrew took a big next step today. The request for proposals has now been issued by the Ontario government. It would involve twinning almost 23 kilometers of highway from Shreel Drive in Arnprior to Bruce Street in Renfrew. Well, the RV industry says it's growing in popularity, and experts say sales have been going up every year since the pandemic. And now Ottawa residents have a chance to see the latest and greatest models on the market. CTV's Camille Wilson has more from the RV show rolling into the EY Centre this weekend.
We've settled on the Unity Twin Bed or the Wonder Rear Lounge.
Alona and Norman Friel have been looking online for their dream RV for about 5 years. Now they're ready to buy.
We're in our golden years right now. 60 to 65 is the time frame that we want to spend traveling around.
They want to be able to cook their own meals, have their own bed to sleep in, own bathroom, avoid sketchy hotels.
We definitely want to get a Newfoundland. I'd love to get back out to the West Coast because that's where I came from originally. And and all along the middle, the prairies are beautiful.
The Ottawa RV Expo and Sale, a place where buyers can see new models and track trends, from travel trailers to ultra-luxury motorhomes, ranging in price from $20,000 to more than $500,000.
15% of Canadian families actually own RVs as opposed to those that own cottages. Now I think traveling within your own country has definitely become an attractive opportunity for people here, in Canada.
Jennifer Fieldhouse and her husband Ben are ready to explore retirement without the kids.
We are complete newbies at this. We've both just retired, and we haven't gone in camping with an RV since our kids were little, and we thought that we would dip our toe in and see what we think.
They just bought it? The Friel story matches a traveling trend. The latest travel stats from Statistics Canada. Trips to the United States are down 25% year over year.
I think the idea is we'd start with Canada and see all of Canada.
We're definitely going to stay in Canada. We may take a trip out to the East Coast, maybe to Moncton.
Travel experts say this industry upswing started during the pandemic. And for the Friels, it's not just about the comfort of the home, but that it's homemade.
It's a made in Canada product. It's made in Winkler, Manitoba. So the quality of these leisure travel vans, they're like in the top, 5. So you don't have to worry about breakdowns.
Camille Wilson, CTV News.
Well, Irish pride was on display in the capital today ahead of the St. Patrick's Day parade. Dozens of students from St. Patrick's High School in Alta Vista are slated to walk in the parade, and they're practicing their march ahead of the festivities happening next week. The students who volunteered to walk will be carrying all the flags of Ireland.
It's the first year we've been involved, and it's St. Patrick's. That's our patron saint. So the fact that we're now participating in St. Patrick's Day Parade is exciting for our students.
It feels very honoring. I'm very happy to be part of this parade. It's very interesting to learn about the Irish culture and how immersive it is in Ottawa.
Ever since moving to Canada, hearing about Ireland, Irish, I want to know how that correlates with Canada itself. So this was just a really good opportunity to just learn about it more.
The parade is set for March 7th and will move from the Supreme Court of Canada building to the Byward Market. It will be the first St. Patrick's Day parade in the capital since the pandemic. Right, still to come, keeping personal data private. Ontario researchers are creating an app to encrypt your driving data from insurance companies. We'll have those details next.
Far side pass, and it's a early shot. He's
The Canadian Pediatric Society is recommending cholesterol screenings for all children between the ages of 2 and 10. Experts say plaque buildup in the arteries, including cholesterol, starts in childhood and is a key driver of heart disease and stroke. They say about 1 in 300 people have high cholesterol caused by a genetic condition passed down through families. A universal screening with a blood test will allow doctors to identify the condition early. Researchers at the University of Windsor are working on new technology to make it more difficult for insurance companies to track where you drive. CTV's Stephanie Mascotti has more on the personal data they hope to protect.
For some, tracking where you drive, the route, the time of day, your speed, and how much pressure you use to brake determines how much auto insurance you pay. Upon signing a contract with a provider, clients are directed to install an app on their phone that tracks drivers' habits in real time and provides an overall score to the company. That score determines how much you pay.
We must ensure and keep our personal data secret, and it's not good, as you know, to everyone know your data or know your location, know your type of your vehicle or something like that.
But researchers at the University of Windsor say that's not always the case.
One of the most dangerous one is the targeted theft.
This international PhD student and lead researcher says companies may sell your data to a third party, which means they have data on the car you drive, your daily commute to and from work, or even, for example, when you are out of the country, leaving your house vulnerable to theft. Thanks to a grant from the Office of the Privacy Commissioner of Canada, the team has developed an encryption system that acts as a firewall between the insurance company and the driver. So the company will receive the driver's overall driving score, but will not be able to access when, where, and how you drive.
In this case, no data will be released to the company. They can get their score, but without any raw information.
It's a project they hope the government will one day make mandatory to protect our privacy.
All this information can be kept safe and secure.
Stephanie Mazzotti, CTV News.
Ryan Gosling with $25,600. What did Ryan write down? Our final Jeopardy.
Ryan Gosling shocks everyone, including himself, in Final Jeopardy. We'll have more on that in just a moment. Plus, Jackie's back with one more look at your weekend weather.
Ottawa's favorite cash contest is back, and it's big. Move 100's $50,000 Beat the Bank. 7 vaults. You decide how much to take home. Sound the alarm? You lose it all. Be listening weekdays for your chance to win.
Well, here's a live look through our Centennial Glass sky cam. Still sitting at -1, mainly cloudy here in the capital. Jackie Perez has one more look at the forecast as well as your wake-up weather. Jackie.
All right, if you're out and about tomorrow morning around 7 a.m., 1 degree is going to be what we're going to start off with. And you might want to bring that umbrella or just a little bit of that cover because we could see some rain showers moving in. It is going to be a little bit of those gustier winds, too, with wind gusts from between 40 to 60 kilometers per hour. It is going to end, though, where -9 will be the daytime high for Sunday. We are going into those colder conditions as well. -8 for our Monday. The good news is not much in terms of precipitation, where we will be getting lots of sunshine. But that might be it for the rest of next week, where we will see likely more flurries and snow showers.
Well, thank you, Jackie. Actor Ryan Gosling knows how to throw a Hail Mary, pulling off a stunning win in Final Jeopardy.
He wrote down, what is IDK? He didn't know and I'm told by our judges, we will accept that. An ACL tear is also known as an IDK, internal derangement of the knee. Well done, Ryan. What did you
Well, Gosling writes down IDK, or I don't know, when he was asked to name a specific type of injury that happened to Red Sox star Jim Lomborg, shocking everyone, including host Ken Jennings. All right, so this really didn't happen on Jeopardy. It's a scripted video promoting Gosling's new movie, Project Hail Mary. And the video ends with the tagline, "Believe in the Hail Mary." Now, the movie is set to hit theaters on March 20th. All right, well, that's CTV News for Friday, February the 27th. CTV News continues online anytime with our digital team, keeping up to date at ctvnewsottawa.ca. You can also watch our newscast live on the CTV News app anytime. And for news on the go, listen to News Talk Radio 580 CFRA. For all of us here at CTV News, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. I'll see you again at 6 o'clock tomorrow.